Downtown Seattle glimmering in all its beauty, and a fine night for baseball here at Safeco Field. Welcome everybody to Mariner Baseball. Interleague play as the Colorado Rockies come to town, first of three. For the second time we've seen the Rockies this season. Dave Sims along with Bill Kruger this evening. Let's take a look at the Colorado batting order that will face Hisashi Iwakuma.
Let's take a look at Walt Weiss's lineup for tonight's ball game. Charlie Blackmon in his 36 steals leads off. Corey Dickerson hits second in left field. Nolan Arenado and his 38 home runs MVP candidate will be at third, hitting third. That'll be Carlos Gonzalez, who's been hot in right field. LeMahieu at second. Justin Morneau back from concussions at the DH spot. Ben Paulson, your first baseman. Garneau will be your catcher, and Descalzo will play shortstop. On the mound this evening is Hisashi Iwakuma, the model of consistency. 44-22 in his 92 starts so far in his career here. You see the numbers so far this year, and he's really come on of late, pitching very well the second half.
I mentioned this is the second time the Mariners are seeing the Rockies early August. Mariners took 2 out of 3 in Denver. Rockies record-wise having a miserable season at 58-82, but one thing they can do, they can swing the bats. First pitch to Charlie Blackmon's in there for a strike. Charlie's got 36 stolen bases, got 15 home runs, 287 hitter. He popped up. Seager's got an easy play to get this ball game underway. Got it in foul territory. Actually in fair territory, says Paul Emmel, so 1 down.
Let's take a look at the defensive alignment brought to you by American Family Insurance for the Mariners. Trumbo, James Jones, your center fielder. Seth Smith, they'll be patrolling the outfield. It's Seager, Miller, Cano, and Logan Morrison. The infield third to first. The battery, Hisashi Iwakuma and rookie John Hicks.
There's Corey Dickerson, the left fielder. Just his 47th game, but putting up good offensive numbers. There's a ground ball up the middle. Base hit.
Not a surprise he swung at the first pitch. Talking to Jeff Houston before the game, their color guy says he hasn't seen a pitch he doesn't like. He is an aggressive hitter. Hisashi trying to get ahead, fastball away. Dickerson bangs it up the middle. He's been hurt a ton this year, but hit 24 home runs last year, hit over 300. So another guy the Mariners haven't seen that can swing the bat.
Here now we get into the big boys. Here's Nolan Arenado, leads the National League in home runs with 38, RBIs at 108, total bases at 310, second in doubles with 35. He's their third baseman, Gold Glove quality, terrific athlete down there. Talking to third-year manager Walt Weiss. He says, you're not going to believe this, but he's the best third baseman I've ever seen. He said, really, what makes him so? He says, take the best components of all the great third basemen that I've seen and that you've probably seen. He said, it's all in this kid.
And he's seen a lot of them, so he has to be careful with his words. So I think that's you know, you can't really go much higher than that. Walt Weiss has seen a lot of good players. Played next to some great players as well.
Kyle Seager, Gold Glover last year in the American League. Darn good one too. 1-1 pitch, hit the other way, and surprised to learn. Well, I won't say surprised, but in talking to the Colorado folks, he said Arenado's hero at third base, none other than Adrian Beltre.
And there's a certain flash to his game if you've seen him play a little bit. He's not just a great player; he plays with style. And if he has any of the work ethic that Beltre has, who is just an unbelievable workhorse, and a lot of it has to do with what Tulowitzki has passed along to Arenado. He's lost some weight. He's put a lot of effort into conditioning, and it's paid off for him.
Up high. So we get a chance to watch two of the finest third basemen in the game as we take a look at our Arco top performers since August 26. Talk about getting it done. Both guys.
You know, they give Seager 1 day off, and he's gone pretty much crazy since then. And Arenado's just been doing it all season long, and particularly in the month of September.
2-2 pitch. Cano drops back. the easy backpedaling catch to them.
That's an example of a mistake that ends up being a great pitch. A high split that he jams himself on. That's why I always laugh, Dave, when pitchers say, I only made one mistake. Well, what about the balls you threw down the middle? They popped up. Did you forget about those?
Carlos Gonzalez, the hitter. Walt Weiss said it was like he was invisible for a couple of months, April and May in particular. He had 200 in April, 235 in May. Since then, 280, 386, 235 and 300, and with major damage. 6 homers in June, 11 in July, 10 in August, and 6 more here in September.
Leading all of baseball with 24 homers since the beginning of the second half, 52 RBIs. Yeah, he's healthy this year, and that's a frightening thing for opponents.
Got his legs. He's second only to Arenado in home runs, 37. Kuma's ahead of him, 0-2.
There you see Asashi exploring the top of the zone. Ball up and in above the hands. Allows him to set the hook for his favorite pitch to split.
Gonzalez 6th in the National League. Runs batted in. Big pitch here to 0-2. And on the ground to Seager. Flips to Miller for the 5-6 force out. 11 pitches for Iwakuma. Outstanding start against a good hitting ball club. The Rockies. Mariners are coming to bat. For a spark from Jonesy. James Jones getting the start tonight, his first since his recent recall. Let's take a look at the rest of the batting order for the Mariners that will face right-hander Chad Bettis.
And let's take a look at the Mariners starting lineup brought to you by Chevron. Yeah, here he is, the Roadrunner, James Jones leading off in center field. Seager with his hot bat hitting second at third. Nelson Cruz back from injury with a home run yesterday is your DH hitting third. Cano will clean up at second base. Mark Trumbo swinging a hot bat in left field.
0-1 to James Jones from Chad Bettis. 6', 200-pounder out of Lubbock, Texas. Texas Tech Red Raider. There's Bettis' profile, 2-0. Home plate umpire tonight, Jerry Mills. Clint Fagan at first. Jordan Baker at second, Paul Emmel at third. 2-1, James. Count even at 2-2. Just the 11th game for Jonesy this season, looking for his first hit. He's 0 for 12. Now 13, one down.
Let's take a look at the Rockies' defensive alignment. Brought to you by American Family Insurance. Corey Dickerson will be in left. Blackman's your center fielder. Gonzo, Carlos Gonzalez in right. It's Arenado, Descalzo, LeMahieu, and Paulson across the infield. The battery of Bettis and Garneau, the rookie.
It's Kyle Seager as he takes a strike. Love the run that he is on. Last couple of weeks, 6 for 15 on the homestand with a homer and 3 runs batted in.
He just had that big hit streak broken yesterday, but before that, he was a terror, hitting over 500 with lots of damage.
Winning streak ended at 12 ball games. Here's a 1-1.
Guy Bettis, they really like a lot. He's had some injury problems this year, had an elbow problem, sat him down for a couple of months. And results have been a little bit scattered since his last 3 turns, an ERA over 5.
Fly ball left center field. Corey Dickerson back there to make the play. Two outs, nobody on. And that'll bring up Nelson Cruz. Back-to-back games for him. Just 6 games, quad injury. Good to see him come back yesterday, go 2 for 4. 2 runs batted in on a 7th inning 2-run blast to right field.
Kind of likes hitting against the Rockies.
Yes, sir.
538 earlier this year. Of course, Coors Fielder, he's done that to everybody this year. He's picked on them all.
Tied for 4th in the American League in hitting at .312 with Lorenzo Cain of Kansas City. Leads the league in slugging. All around good year. Obvious MVP candidate.
I dare the other guys to strap on 81 games at Safeco and do what this guy's doing. And granted, there's all kinds of you got to play on a winning team. So I think we have to go back and take away Ernie Banks' MVPs.
No.
Get to Andre Dawson. You got to return yours and Robin Yount. Give it back. You guys didn't win. I don't go for that.
I understand. 2-1. Now 2-2.
Because, if you think about it, if you're on a losing team, you have less around you, right? That means you have less protection, right? You don't have many chances to drive in runs.
That certainly was the case of the guys you mentioned. Andre Dawson, Ernie Banks, I think, 57, 58, won them back-to-back.
Nice. I have to know that I grew up with the Cubs. I have to.
I would hope. Midwest guy, right? Broken back ground ball. Arenado's got it. And Bettis has a 1-2-3 inning in the first. Gorgeous evening here on the 11th of September as we humbly remember those who were lost 14 years ago on that horrible day. Second inning coming up. Rockies in town, and the Mariners and EQC give a salute to U.S. servicemen and women with a ticket discount offered at nearly every home game. Present your military ID at the Safeco Field box office. Receive 10% off select main, terrace, or view level seats. To all who serve our country, a big thank you. Dave Simpson, Bill Kruger with you this Friday night. DJ LeMahieu walks it a strike. Rockies second baseman will be followed by Justin Morneau, the DH, and Ben Paulson, the first baseman. LeMahieu having a good year as well. 5th in the National League, .319 batting average.
He's a right center field hit machine, this guy. And perfect complement to some of the sluggers they have in the lineup.
0-2 from Iwakuma. Took a lot off of that pitch. Miller's there. Strong throw. Pulls Lomo. Wow, Lomo was able to hold on. That was close. Mariners will take it. First base umpire Clint Fagan with an emphatic call.
Nice play by Logan over there, and a good play by Brad, who's over at shortstop tonight.
Del Marte getting a day off.
Curveball from Iwakuma, and the nice thing is when you got a pitcher that really spots the ball, players can get that good jump. You see Miller getting a good start up the middle of the field to spin, and a nice play by Lomo to just hang on to first base long enough. And we watch it. He's got his toe on there. That's good.
Well done, Lomo. It's Justin Morneau, one-time MVP with Minnesota.
A little Brizhnikov-like footwork over there.
Well done. Morneau fouls one off. Morneau out of New Westminster, British Columbia. A lot of family and friends down here. Suffered a concussion a few years ago. And some cervical problems as well. Good to see him back in uniform. He had this part of the road trip circled on his calendar.
Yeah, it's been a tough road. This guy was leading the league in hitting when he went down with that big collision at second base when he got his first concussion. And but he's, to his credit, he's come back. He was the batting champion in the National League last year. Of course, big expansive time missed this year.
Career entering this year, career .281 hitter. Most of his great years with Minnesota from 03 into the 13 season, and finished up the last 25 games with Pittsburgh. And signed last year with Colorado, hitting .319. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Struck him out. Sucre gives himself a throw. Make that Hicks give himself a throwing angle.
Best split of the night from Iwakuma. The bottom falls out of this thing, and you set the hook with that fastball above the hands or in the count. Nice job by Hicks to keep that ball from getting past him and able to throw out Morneau at first.
First inning, we were talking about the offensive profile of these Rockies in the National League. First in batting average, first in runs scored per game, total runs, first in home runs and slugging. Flip side, dead last in ERA. And with that in mind, when we were handed out our game lineups and extra players.
Did you get the addendum with that?
Holy mackerel. It's like there's a casting call for right-handed pitchers and for left-handed pitchers. Please respond to the Colorado Rockies immediately. And I was giving Walt Weiss the business. I said, dude, really? He says, yeah, we're going to start matching up in the third inning. I said, oh, thanks.
Great. 14 in the bullpen, Dave.
Wow.
7 for your head and 7 if you're behind.
Man. Any seats left out there?
I had to pull some lawn chairs out there, I think, to get everybody covered.
This time of year, go over to visiting clubhouse, and Teddy Walsh, the visiting team clubhouse manager, set up some extra lockers in the middle of the room. I mean, they're carrying about 38 guys in this ball club.
I've been a member of the rolling hangar before.
There you go. That's exactly right.
So we all get our chance, Dave.
2-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. And how about Iwakuma off to a nice start here. 1-2-3 second. Racks up his second strikeout. Just 13 pitches. Very economical as we go to the home second. Trumbo, Smith, and Morrison coming your way. All good. Look at that. Temperature tomorrow 76, sunny, cloudy, 66. Very comfortable. Watch the game here at Safeco Field with the big wheel in the background. Robinson Cano to lead it off. Arenado can't handle it, and Cano's aboard. Being E5 on Arenado, and for Nolan, his 15th error.
Well, this is a tough chance. I'll have to say that. I mean, he almost recovered and were able to make the play. This guy's a gifted fielder. You see him, ball catches the heel of his mitt, just unable to squeeze it down. I think the speed of the game is somewhat of a disconnect for scorekeepers. Would you say that's fair, Dave? Because, yeah, did it hit his mitt? Yes. And he's a good player, because should he have made that play? He probably feels he should.
And when you look at the Alaska Air Supermall, makes it look easier than it really is. The speed of the game up at this level is ridiculously fast.
So my point is, I think it's a base hit. Nobody anointed me the scorekeeper. Of course, if I was pitching, it's absolutely an error, right?
That's right.
Can't have any more earned runs, right?
That's a different part of your life now.
You can be more objective.
Here's Trumbo. One after that pitch came up empty. 2 for 4 yesterday.
Well, he's been a different guy. When he got here, pressure on himself, and he was a freeway of outs away, and now he's adjusted. He stayed on that off-speed pitch. We saw him hit that home run off of Hamels one-handed on a changeup. Hit it about 420 feet.
Yeah, I talked to him today. Said he was looking for it because he said he'd been struck out on a fastball right before that as he K's here on 3 pitches. That's 2 strikeouts now for Bettis. And on our last road trip, Trumbo, I think you were working that night, at Houston, upper deck, opposite field. That's a poke.
Oh, this guy's got tower power. I mean, and, it's fun to see him using the whole ballpark and staying on pitches and showing everybody what he can do.
Yep. For Seth Smith. Smitty in right field tonight. 1 for 4 yesterday. A base hit up the middle in the 4th inning. How about the Mariners pitching the last couple of days? Shut out Texas 5-0 and 6-0.
It's been very good. Vidal Nuno was special. 7 scoreless, 10 punch outs. And Felix was vintage in 8 scoreless yesterday.
Off-speed pitch to Seth. Misses. Count goes to 2-0.
guy's done a nice job. A lot of doubles. Done a good job in the outfield. He's came up with some clutch hits. He's been a really good pickup for the Mariners.
2-0. Good count for him, and he drives one left field, but making the play is Corey Dickerson. Cano has to return to first.
Got the count in his favor, 2-0. Looked away, got the fastball. And you can't nose a ball up better than this. But baseball is a lot about aim, Dave. And if your aim isn't good, they catch it. Guy's been out there for about 150 years. That same spot.
Honest to goodness. Lomo. Logan Morrison with 2 outs, 1 on. Looking to pick it up, just 1 for 9 on the homestand.
In a dismal couple of months, and then the pinch hit thing came on in Houston, and he went crazy. Hit a couple home runs and kind of carried that forward for a stretch. So no reason why we can't see that again tonight.
Count evens at 1-1.
Maybe pretend you're pitching.
And last year, remember, he had the scorching September. Got out to a good start here this year. Now, going to get back on track. 340 hitter in September. This September and last September. Two and one.
So far, Bettis has been impressive. 96-mile-an-hour fastball, a really good changeup. Had a lot of injury problems. Switched from the bullpen to a starter this year. Coveted guy, one of the best prospects out of the minor leagues a couple years ago.
This Rocky team on the road, the record 27-42, and in interleague play 3-14. 3-1 as Lumbo takes. Last 4 months. Let's see the fall off in July, climbing back up.
He's been good this last month. You know, he got into Houston, he did some damage, and he's got to be feeling better about himself.
3-1 pitch. Up the middle, through the legs of the second base umpire, Jordan Baker. Base hit for Logan Morrison. Jordan Baker, one of the tallest umpires we have in the game at about 6'6", showed some dexterity to get out of the way.
Fastball away from Bettis. Romo doesn't try to do too much. And as you mentioned, right through the wickets. Woo!
Last time we saw Jordan Baker here at Safeco Field, he took a couple of shots off his hockey helmet, a couple other body parts. It was a rough night. 2-out opportunity here for Brad Miller. Runners at first and second. Chop foul. So Logan Morrison comes up with a base hit, his second hit on the homestand. This is what Brad has done. Runners at scoring position with 2 outs. He's had a good uptick. Brad Miller, 302 hitter since late July.
Well, I think it's really a challenge for young players. You play, then you don't play for a while, then they put you back in, then they change your position, then they change your position again and again. These are things that are not that easy to adjust to. I think Brad has shown us that he can do that, and his bat's been better of late.
Seeing Pettis for the first time, got caught in between there, 1-2.
Brad kind of looking off speed right here. Fastball away, just not ready to hit it.
Two. It's down to Arenado. And he throws out Miller. No runs, 1 hit, and Aaron 2 left. To the third, we go in a scoreless ball game. Field. Take a look at a Coors Light cold hard facts. Rockies, different ball club at home, particularly on offense. Looking at 5.41 runs per ball game at Coors Field. Drops off, but still formidable. They're overall, they are the 4th highest scoring team behind Toronto, the Yankees, and Boston. We're talking about the major leagues at 4.49 runs per ball game.
And certainly there's the Coors Field effect, Dave. But you know what people don't realize about Coors Field is that it's not even so much the long ball. It's really the fact that there's so much turf to cover in the outfield. And that's going to be one of the challenges for Rocky as they think about their team going forward. You know, obviously the pitching has to get better. They know that. See the tryouts here today? They got a lot of big arms in the bullpen. They've got to come up with elite speed in the outfield, in my opinion. How else can you cover it? That's the only way. You have to go for speed over skill almost, and hope skill comes along with it. You know what I mean?
That's a place where doubles and triples thrive.
Yes. Well, you got to play no triples. You got to play back.
Man. And you're playing, and it's such a big ballpark, and you're playing back. If you got any kind of wheels, you can get your share of hustle doubles. This one popped up out of play. Dustin Garneau.
Iwakuma doing a nice job of chasing these guys up on the top shelf. Getting pop-ups and swings and misses on that high fastball. Just goes to show you, you don't have to throw 95 to be effective at the top, as long as you understand where you make your bread and butter, and that's downstairs.
2-2 pitch. Seager plays the hop nicely. Throws out Dustin Garneau, the catcher. So Iwakuma, 2 strikeouts, no walks, and 2 1/3. And now he's ready to face shortstop Daniel Descalso, former St. Louis Cardinal.
Descalso getting some playing time. Jose Reyes out with an Achilles strain. Shortstop they acquired from Toronto in the Tulowitzki trade. We're going to perhaps see some of the big arms they got in that trade as well.
It is unusual to see a Colorado team without Tulo, who's thriving with the Blue Jays. Open up a huge series in New York. Right now 11-5 Toronto, bottom 9, first of 4 against the Yankees. They have a double dip tomorrow.
Can you say that the Toronto Blue Jays went for it at the deadline?
My goodness. Every chip they had, it's in the middle of the table.
Yeah. Went out and got Donaldson in the offseason. That was a coup. He's been a huge difference maker, not just because he's a great player. He's changed the culture of that team.
2-run homer in the first. Good pitch by Iwakuma. Hicks will throw to Lomo. Brett Stroman will be back tomorrow on the mound for the Blue Jays.
That signature split from Isashi. You see the split finger grip. Great arm speed. And that ball just tumbles off the table. See a lot of those kind of swings. Couldn't learn that pitch, Dave. I guess it would have been a pretty good pitch to learn.
Was it? As you were leaving, was that when this pitch really started to take off?
I guess. I tried all kinds of changeups. None of them were really very good. Serviceable would be a stretch. But I admire how well he does it, how Felix does it, and it's one of those things that I have to harbor, thinking back as to why I didn't have a better changeup. Because hitters just can't pick it up.
Especially staying, like you said, stay in the slot and the same arm motion, arm speed.
There's no spin that you're looking for, and it's a great pitch. And this guy's an artist.
2-0 to Blackman, who popped out to Seager to open up the ballgame. Pounds this one to Cano. Iwakuma on top of his game here. Back-to-back 1, 2, 3 innings. And please join the Mariners, Major League Baseball, and the entire baseball family as we remember those who lost their lives or who lost loved ones on September 11th, 2001. We pay tribute to them and to the men and women who serve our country as we honor a pledge made 14 years ago today we shall never forget. John Hicks, first pitch swinging, flies out to right field, and Carlos Gonzalez one out here in the home third. Back to the top of the order, James Jones. Scoreboard watching even more fun than ever. This time of year, Texas shuts out Oakland, final 4-0. Houston and the Angels no score. Bottom of the second. And Toronto 11-5 over the Yankees, bottom 9 at Yankee Stadium. Jonesy struck out on a 2-2 pitch.
Bettis really chased him up the ladder in his previous at bat. There he took the high fastball. Got to try to work this guy downstairs.
2-0. Strike 2, 2-2.
There you can see Jonesy kicking himself a little bit. That high fastball beat him. Now he's got to be in protect mode.
Gets through. And he's going to go for 2 and make it. Nothing like that burst of energy, that speed. Gotta love it. Descalso knew he had to hurry. Jonesy, when he got the first, turned and saw that he had a play, and he made it.
Chopper up the middle. When this kid puts it in play, he is electric. It's a do-or-die moment for Descalso. He can't make the play, and then you're talking about a whole nother gear. Here's the chopper. Out of the corner of his eye, he sees it and turns the jets on.
The speed that he brings, that O'Malley brings, that Marte brings, that is exciting. An element this ball club is not featured.
And I think an important element. When you play in a big ballpark like this where home runs come at a premium.
Give him a double. James Jones. Seager try to get him in here. Second Mariner hit.
The guy should have a little better idea what Bettis is trying to do the second time around.
Outside 2-0 to Kyle Seager. David Price and Toronto closes out the Yankees 11-5. David Price with the win. These are the best numbers in Major League history. Minimum.
All I can say is beep beep.
Yep. 25 or more steals. Good numbers. Kyle fooled there. 2-1.
Good two-seam fastball. Bettis' fastball, a lot of movement tonight. Two-seamer lost art. We're seeing two guys that throw pretty well tonight. I think it's it's kind of lost its cachet with the cutter being the fashion plate pitch. I still think the two-seamer is a great pitch.
Hangs in the air for Dickerson in left field. Out number 2 with a man aboard at second base, James Jones. Come catch Felix and the Mariners. Wants to take on Mike Trout and the Angels. This coming Tuesday at 7:10. Watch the Mariners ace toe the rubber from your seat at Kings Court. Tickets are only $25 and available now at mariners.com/Felix. Angels right now 1-0 over Houston, bottom of the second in Anaheim. Angels starting the day third place, 5.5 behind Houston. And in the wild card chase, 3 back of Texas. Here's Cruz. Nice to see the speed element back in the game for the Mariners. We mentioned Marte can really run, so can O'Malley. And Jones is the fastest of them all.
First pitch changeup. He'll park that in his memory bank, being the first time he's seen Chad Bettis.
Oh, and 2. You pitchers remember at bats the way hitters do. I was talking to Mark Trumbo about a ball. I said, you went upper tank here against the Mariners when you were with the Angels. He said, yeah, Noesi 3-2 pitch, off-speed pitch. About 5 years ago.
Yes. Yeah, that file is pretty deep. And that's one of the arts of being a good player.
Yes.
Your ability to remember and be able to recall it and know what the guy's got and what he's done to you in the past. Aptitude for the game.
Trumbo says, yeah, we tend to remember those kind of things. I mean, he had it like that. I mean, Noesi 3-2 pitch.
Yeah, but
what's the temperature? What the sky look like, huh?
But those streaks where you went about 0 for 16 was that's a scrub.
Yeah, I hear you. 1-2. Pretty good pitch. Strikeout Cruz and Strand Jones at second. We played 3. No score here at Safeco Field. Consecutive victory, and Bill Kruger, he's off to a very good start.
Yeah, great start for Kuma. 3 punch outs already, scoreless through 3.
Coming up tomorrow, Rowena Solis go against Johan Flande, and our coverage begins at 5:30.
Always look forward to seeing Rowena Solis, one of my favorites. Still feel like he's just scratching the surface. Got a lot of talent.
Lost to Texas in his last outing, but it just that one hiccup inning.
Yep.
Beautiful sky here in Seattle. Mariners split a series with the Rangers, now 3 with Colorado, followed by 3 with the Angels. Corey Dickerson checks his swing. Got a base hit to center, first time up. Dickerson, Nolan Arenado, and Carlos Gonzalez, 2, 3, and 4.
Talking to the Rockies broadcast team, they say this guy is the left-handed version of Vladimir Guerrero. They've seen him on a couple of different instances this year. Hit balls, 4 base hits that bounced.
He volleyed them. I like it. If he can reach it, he can hit it.
Cricket action.
Yeah, if he can reach it, he's swinging. Right there. That's really lit up. Jonesy can't run it down on the catch it on the fly. He'll play it after it touches up against the wall. 2-0 pitch, a double by Corey Dickerson, his 10th double of the season. And it's the second hit this evening against Iwakuma.
Fell behind 2-0. Tried to throw the fastball away, left it up just a little bit. It was on the outside corner, and Dickerson, he goes out and gets it. Great stroke right there, drives it in the right center field gap. I mean, this guy hit 24 homers last year, hit 315. He's been hurt all year. Guy can hit.
There's Nolan Arenado. Popped out to Cano. Comebacker runner holds at second. Iwakuma throws out Arenado. That is a big out. Home run leader, RBI leader in the National League. He's 0 for 2.
Kuma preyed upon his aggressiveness. First pitch split away. Arenado reads fastball, which is the great part of great arm speed on the split finger. There you see split away. Wasn't down, but Arenado read fastball. Hands are out in front. Easy dribbler back to the pitcher. And that, as you said, is a big out.
1 out, 1 on for Carlos Gonzalez.
This is the other part of the monster.
'75 home runs between he and Arenado. And they've combined for 195 runs batted in.
When you think about dynamic duels around the league, and you think of Pujols and Trout, maybe Bautista and Donaldson. I don't know if anybody's got the duel that this team's got.
It's impressive. No.
This is the spot where Sashi, he doesn't walk anybody. In fact, you have to stop the game and throw the ball out when he does. But this would be a spot here where I think judiciously, well, there you go. Let's just stop the drama. There we go. It's just the way to go.
Couldn't get him to offer on.
Lloyd doesn't even want to try to test his aggressiveness. Let's just put him on.
And he went opposite field in San Diego, a big ballpark, a couple of days ago.
Well, he's been just on fire.
Set up the double play. Take your chances with DJ LeMahieu. There's no slouch, 5th leading hitter in the National League.
I mean, these are the guys I hated pitching to. Because they make all kinds of contact, inside out everything. You jam them, they flare at the right. So this isn't going to be easy, but certainly makes a lot of sense to get Gonzalez out of the box.
Work to do for Iwakuma. Slow breaking ball for a strike.
Love it when he adds that pitch. Lots of contrast. Slow him down, speed him up. 71 mile an hour right there. Make the next 88 mile an hour fastball a lot bigger.
Throw a little arc on that. He'll have an ephus pitch. 1-2.
Made it bigger, didn't he? That 89 looked a lot quicker to LeMahieu right there. Top of the zone. Now you can kind of pick your poison here. This guy's a good 2-strike hitter. He's going to be hanging out over the plate. If you're going to throw him off-speed stuff, you got to bury him. By that I mean in the dirt, because the guy is a right center field hitter. You don't want to throw an off-speed pitch for a strike here.
0-2 pitch. Off pitch.
I mean, that was a nasty split, but he was on it. Nasty split, but he was on it. You got to go lower or try the top of the zone again.
And don't miss if you're going up there, right?
You know, above the hands. You know, he does a good job of up shooting people. He could try it there again because he was tardy on 89 2 pitches ago. He was tardy.
1 out, 2 on. Top of the 4th.
Well, there you go. Like I said, there was 91. That's his best fastball of the night, but it wasn't high enough.
Iwakuma fans in the house. They're not alone. Perfect. Saw Hicks put that glove in the dirt, and he delivered it, and it's a big strikeout of DJ LeMahieu, the 4th K of the night for Iwakuma.
Boy, the art of pitching. A couple of fastballs up in the zone, and then it comes the nasty split at the bottom. Good job by Hicks to squeeze this thing down.
Goes up Justin Morneau. Struck out on a 1-2 pitch. MVP in the American League back in 06 with Minnesota.
Imagine there's a few fans down from British Columbia to see Justin.
Absolutely.
Including his dad, who was a great hockey player in the Western Hockey League. An enforcer, I understand. Not a surprise, right?
Watch out when you're in the corner. 0-1. Now 0-2.
Well, we saw Hisashi use that high fastball in that no-hitter, and ever since then, he's really using it a lot, and it's smart. But you have to have skill to do that. A lot of young pitchers try to play that up-down game. You know what happens? Down the middle, because you don't go high enough.
Ideal height is letters?
Letters, yeah. Letters and above. Even if they don't swing, it speeds them up and it changes their eye level.
0-2, trying to get his way out of this jam. Pitch to Morneau. It is up high for ball one.
Morneau, another balanced hitter, can hit the ball to left center, low ball hitter. So you really have to set the hook a little bit more before you throw the split.
One-two pitch. Put it in play. It'll take Brad Miller. He throws over and retires Morneau, and the Mariners get out of trouble. 2 on. Coming up for the Mariners in the 4th inning, Robinson Cano, Mike Trumbo, and Seth Smith. And Bill Kruger with you, and tomorrow join Pearl Jam's Mike McCready as he and others, including our very own Brad Adam, team up with the Crohn's and Colitis Foundation of America for the 2nd annual flag football tournament at CenturyLink Field. To purchase tickets for tomorrow's event or to donate, please visit ccfa.org. Good pitching matchup here tonight. Chad Bettis and Sashi Iwakuma. Go to the home 4th. Robinson Cano looks at strike one. He reached on an error by Nolan Arenado, the 3rd baseman. Trumbo and Smith to follow. Fly ball deep left center field, staying in the yard. The fielder takes care of it, Corey Dickerson. Make sure you stick around after the game for Mariners postgame presented by Delta Airlines. Angie Mente, double duty Bill Kruger will be on the case with a lot of help from our fine team of telecasters here in Seattle. Mark Trumbo is going to be the hitter. Struck out on an 0-2 pitch. In second inning, hit this one hard, but right to LeMahieu. Two outs. Mariners have a hit from Morrison in the second, another hit in the third from Jones. That's it.
Pretty stingy. This guy's had three kind of sketchy starts and coming off the DL. 5.28 ERA over that stretch, but Walt Weiss certainly loving what he's seeing so far.
Tough year for these Rockies. I'm talking to Walt Weiss. I said, what do you got? He says, well, we got some good guys that don't quit, and I don't have to do any babysitting. Guys out here doing their work. Talked to one of their front office guys, and he said, hey, working on, that's why I have so many pitchers here, looking at a lot of guys. And it's not like a lot of big time pitchers are going to want to be free agents and go to Colorado, so they have to grow their own.
Yeah, the story of free agent pitching coming to Colorado has not been good. They know they have to develop pitching, and you're going to have to develop a mindset too. I think you're going to have to be tough. You got to be a Jack Morris. Don't let 3 or 4 runs end the game for you. You got to hang in there when you pitch at Coors Field, because your offense can get you back in the game.
So true. So Jeff Bridich, Sr., Vice President. Here's a nice backhand at first by Paulson, flipping to Bettis. That's what he was telling me, the GM, Jeff Bridich, about the exact same thing. Got to be mentally tough. Still no score here in Seattle. Baseball on Root Sports, being brought to you by BNSF Railway. Sponsor the BNSF Blast. Shot at dusk at Elliott Bay. And a wonderful night for baseball. Very comfy. 76 degrees when we started back at 7:10 Pacific time. Dave Sims, Bill Kruger with him. Both pitchers, they're dealing. Sasha Iwakuma and Chad Bettis. Both have given up just 2 hits. Rockies with a record of 58 and 82. This will be their 5th consecutive losing season. It's a team that was in the World Series back in 07. Losing in getting swept by the Red Sox. Ben Paulson. House one back. Paulson, Curnow, and Descalso, 7, 8, 9 coming up.
Paulson done a nice job. Curnow being out most of the season. He's gotten a lot of reps at first base, and he's had a pretty productive season.
Swing and a miss.
A slider that didn't finish. But again, we won't count it as a mistake because he swung and missed.
Two. Swing and a miss. Strikeout for Iwakuma, his 5th. Looking good.
Again, the judicious loose use of the fastball. 4-seamer. This time he just stuffs it right on the inside corner, ties Paulson up because they got the split in the back of their mind. And 90-mile-an-hour beats you inside. The art of pitching.
There's Garneau. Grounded out to Seager, first time up.
With Huntley out on the 60-day DL, this guy is going to get a lot of chances. Nick Huntley had a great year for them. 301, double-digit home runs, big offensive year for Nick Huntley. They're very happy with him.
Did a lot of damage to the Mariners when we were in Denver in early August. 1-1. The pitch is really working for Iwakuma. Oh, 2 strikes.
Good slider right there. The more he uses curveball, slider, fastball, the more that he can do that. Less reliance on the split, less looks at the split. Makes that pitch even more dangerous.
1 out, nobody on.
Save it for 2 strikes.
1-2 pitch. Popped up, back up this way. And they missed Nick Hundley. He went 5 for 9 against the Mariners in 2 games with 3 runs batted in. One-two pitch. This was playable. Hicks all over. Two outs in the Rockies' 5th. The next Coors Light Silver Bullet Saturday. It's tomorrow. First 400 fans, 21 and older. You'll be out in the pen during early happy hour. You're going to get a Silver Bullet Saturday t-shirt and extended happy hour pricing until first pitch. Plus, fans will have the opportunity to win autographed Mariners merchandise, tickets, and more. Good action out in the pen tonight. 2 down. And a strike to Daniel Descalso, the shortstop. Strikeout victim his first time. Kuma ahead, 0-2.
Little paintbrush, fastball away, and then the split right on the edge. You see the EQC tracer laying that out for you.
Took a lot off of that. Rockies came into existence in 1993. Don Baylor was their manager. Since that time, Jim Leland 1 year. He couldn't stand all the runs and the pitching and all that. He got out after 1 year. Buddy Bell, Clint Hurdle, Jim Tracy, and now Walt Weiss. The 0-2.
I'll tell you, before the humidor and when they had the Blake Street Bombers in there, when they had Vinny Castilla and Bichette and Walker and Andres Galarraga,
those boys get hit.
Oh my goodness, that was a dangerous place to go.
Todd Helton.
You know, and I think Walker and Helton, 2 great players. that should have a legitimate consideration for the Hall of Fame, but I don't think they will.
Yeah, I hear you. Cano. Casual catch, 1-on-1, 5th inning, a breeze for Iwakuma, as has been the previous 4. No score. A duel. Time now for a Geico. This date in MLB history, Peter Edward Rose becomes the all-time hits leader with 4,192. Break Ty Cobb's record. Finished his career with 4,256. Good luck catching that record.
You know, I really believe that if Ichiro would have started his career in the U.S., he'd have had a shot.
That's fair.
I really do. I mean, I think he was great when he was 20. I mean, I think he'd have piled up the hits. I think he'd have done it. We'll never know. And the other guy that I think had a shot at it that just got hurt a ton, and I played with him, and he was a machine, was Paul Mullen.
Good call.
You go back and look at the number of games he missed and how many hits he had.
Yeah, 3,000 plus, right?
Oh, a lot. I don't know what he had, but he missed a ton of time.
1-1 to Lomo, single to center, back in the second.
But that's all part of it, right?
Yeah.
You got to play a lot of years. You got to stay healthy.
Right. Well, we talk about that with Junior. Junior got hurt a lot. Ken Griffey Jr. It's a high pop. Second baseman LeMay, who's got an angle on it, is there. But if you look at all the home runs, you figure Junior lost at least 150, maybe 200, right? All the injuries he had. Ken Griffey Jr.
Yeah, I know. I mean, he had a threat to knock out the home run record. I think that's real. My producer, our producer, Curtis Wilson, just said that Mahler had 3,319 hits.
There you go. Wow, 3,319.
Yes.
I know it was a lot. Wow. I knew he was up there. But.
And he had a 40-game hit streak or something up there, if I'm not mistaken.
Nice play there by Descalso. Throws out Brad Miller. 2 down. Quick 2 outs. Here in the 5th, we take a look at the Mariners calendar, brought to you by Sleep Country USA. We're in the middle portion of this homestand. Angels come to town, and then we hit the road for the final time, and it'll start next week at this time in Texas. Where has this season gone? This is game number 142. Pick 1 to John Hicks. One, two. Pettis is pitching like a 7 or 8 year veteran.
Well, he's got a lot of equipment, man. Big fastball, changeup. We've seen the slider.
But it's just 26 years old, second season in the big leagues. Good hop to Descalso. Another 1-2-3 inning. We are breezing into the sixth. No score.
Big Sky football. We are just over a week away from kicking off our fourth season of coverage right here on Root Sports. We will be in Cheney. A terrific matchup. Montana State taking on the Eagles September 19th, 1 p.m. kickoff Pacific time. Last season, these teams got together in Bozeman, played an instant classic. Terrific action. We hope you'll join us for that as we send it back upstairs to Dave and Bill.
All right, Tom, thank you very much. Top of the order for the Rockies here in the sixth. Charlie Blackmon, Corey Dickerson, and Nolan Arenado. Pitching matchup, Iwakuma and Bettis. It's been outstanding. Strike one to Blackmon. He's 0 for 2 with a pop to third and a ground out to second.
Kind of a sign of a pitcher dealing. Start breaking out the drag bunt or the push bunt.
So whatever works.
This guy's got good numbers, so he doesn't have to bunt.
And Charlie,
that's
can
what
run.
happens.
He can run too. That's an impressive number there by Mr. Iwakuma. 0-1.
The 23 scoreless. That'll lead to a few wins.
Took something off of that. Cano eats it up. Broken bat, soft line drive, 1 down. It's now time for you to tweet your strongest fan photo. Use hashtag RTNW DataStrongFan. Just might see yourself in an upcoming broadcast brought to you by T-Mobile. We'll bring up Corey Dickerson, the left fielder. Single and a double tonight. Got both Colorado hits. Off-speed pitch fouled away. One here to Dickerson. Moved him off the plate.
Backdoor breaking ball, bust him in on the hands. You know you have a guy that's Vladimir Guerrero Jr. here, so you can touch the edges of the strike zone. See if he'll play along with you.
5 strikeouts, 1 walk. It was intentional by Iwakuma. That was back in the 4th inning. Dickerson had led off with a double. Gonzalez came up with 1 out through 2 pitches. He didn't offer. Lloyd held up 4 fingers, put him on.
The very few cutters you'll see Musashi throw. That's why it took him a while to get to the pitch. He didn't throw very many. That was an 86-mile-an-hour cutter that he ran in on Dickerson.
19,876 on hand here at Safeco Field. There's the 1-2 pitch. Got him. Strikeout for Iwakuma, his 6th. 2 down here in the 6th. This copyrighted telecast is presented by authority of the Seattle Mariners and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. And the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Seattle Mariners. Here comes Arenado, 0 for 2. What gives here? 3rd time around now. This is the 3rd time Arenado seeing Iwakuma.
Well, the split has destroyed him the first 2 times. He's an aggressive swinger. Another split, fouls it off. Mariners have held him in check. Back in Colorado, I think they may have held him hitless, if not maybe 1 hit. So far so good. Not to jinx the situation.
0-1 to Nolan. Two for 12 they had him.
Okay. Wasn't good.
On 1 pitch. They set up the middle. 3rd hit tonight for Colorado. Comes at 2 outs here in the 6th.
Tried to sneak the sun past the rooster right there. All splits. And then decided to try to throw a fastball in. 91-mile-an-hour fastball. Sasha tried to run this ball in on his hands, but guy's a pretty good hitter. Pulled his hands inside. Put the meat of the bat on the baseball. Base hit up the middle. Good piece of hit.
Bottom 4 in Anaheim. Angels lead Houston 3-0. They're beating Dallas Keuchel.
No fearing of the beard.
Great shirts they get down there.
That's a beard for you now.
Oh, it is. Here's Gonzalez. Cargo fouls it off the glove of John Hicks. Gonzalez, what a month of July. 386, 11 homers, 24 runs batted in. Average dipped in August, 235, but he hit 10 homers and drove in 20. Right below us.
You know, that's another guy that Billy Beane traded away.
Hey, man, you look at some of the guys. I know Billy
Donaldson this year.
Right. Brendan Moss after last year, he's gone. Cargo, Cespedes.
And it goes on. Giambi. They go back in time, the pitchers. Yeah. Yet they've been able to reformulate that team. Not this year.
Not this year.
But to their credit, they have reformulated that team into a lot of winning seasons. But obviously, part of it is the judging talent, but part of it's money, too.
Right. 0-2 here to Cargo. 2 out, 1 on. But you're talking about impact guys as we speak.
Yes.
This kid, Donaldson, Cespedes, Brandon Moss with the Cardinals.
A lot of talent. Let it slip through your fingers.
Man, you have Those 4 guys in the middle of your lineup, you are doing damage on a nightly basis.
Wow. Cespedes is out of control in New York.
Oh, you got to talk about him MVP.
Think his salary is going to go up next year?
How high can you count?
Here comes the high fastball, top shelf.
1-2. Here's the 1-2 pitch. The fact that Gonzalez's legs are considerably healthy based compared to early part of the season. Got that good base.
Yes, and you can't do damage unless you got the good base going. Just kind of goes to show you what this guy's capable of when he's healthy. Scary. Pretty good battle here. Staying off the high fastball and fouling off the split. Higher and higher, lower and low. Still got a pitch to play with here on 1-2.
Seager shifted over to the right side. 1-2 pitch. Pulls it right to Kyle. Good work again by Iwakuma. The 3 and 4 hitters don't hurt him. Coming up for the Mariners, top of the order, James Jones, Kyle Seager, and the boomstick, Nelson Cruz. Morning, it just whale away. It's good stuff.
I've been on that thing. It's real. I played was that short par 3 that goes out in the water at Pebble, where it can be play like 200 or play like 100,
right? Depending on the wind. Yes. Absolutely.
Right in the ice plant, Dave.
Is that right? I still haven't got out there. Jonesy up the middle, base hit. Watch him run. Making a big turn, coming around. He'll slow it down there, and a good start here for the Mariners. In the 6th, that ends a run of 8 consecutive hitters retired by Chad Bettis.
Well, this ought to be fun here, huh? Roadrunners on.
2-hit night for James Jones.
Got a ball down the zone that he can handle. Lines it right up the middle. Look at him go.
Mike and I talk about it all the time with Marte. Want to see the bunt game added to Marte's game.
Yes.
Ditto this guy.
Yes.
He's going to develop power with that body. You figure at some point he could be a 10 to 15 home run guy at some point.
Well, you remember Ralph Gard, don't
Absolutely.
You?
The original.
That's what I think of.
Look at the lead he's got. Big lead. Time call. Big lead by James Jones. Ralph Gard, number 48 in your program. He could hit. He could run like crazy. With the Braves. What's it? Those days, the National League, I mean, they had a monopoly on speed compared to the American League in those days.
I saw the Cardinals in the late 80s.
Sure.
That wasn't anything. Coleman, Smith.
The guy that, he wasn't a speed guy, but he was as solid as a rock guy. And it was always a pain on that ball club. Tommy Hurt, second base, good player.
A lot more turf, I think, in the National League, which is a big factor.
The turf is, no doubt about it, fits way outside the Seager. He's got a good count here, 2-0.
And this is the old AstroTurf, not this field turf stuff. This was like spray painted concrete.
Correct.
And I'm telling you, you'd rather see a team of power hitters that stay station to station than to face teams like this, because it takes time and energy to deal with the runner.
2-0 to Kyle. 3-0.
And see what's going on here? Dividing his attention.
Sure.
He's going quick to the plate.
That's why part of me is like, I'm amazed that a lot of these teams don't go back or add a speed element to your ball club, knowing that what you're just talking about here, what it has done to this young man right now. 3-0. The fast guy at first.
Well, you think about post-PED baseball, and you're thinking about how am I going to create runs? Not as many homers. Right? They got the shift, right? That's another factor. So speed and stealing bases should be more of an emphasis on it.
We salute Kansas City because they got some power, they got some speed, they're very athletic, and that's what McClendon's always talking about, wanting to get this ball club a lot more athletic than it is. 3-1 pitch here to Kyle Seager. Runner goes. Pitch taken outside for ball 4. Mariners have something brewing here in the 6th. First and second. Nobody out with Nelson Cruz coming to the plate. Sunday, Plastics Recycling Day at Safeco Field, presented by Plastics Make It Possible. You stop by Section 128, recycle your plastic bottle and cap. In exchange, you're going to get a free T-shirt made from recycled plastics. You'll get them while supplies last. That walk to Seager, the first of the evening, by Walt Weiss's right-hander Chad Bettis. A little drama time here with Nelson Cruz. A little bit of boom into the picture here. He hit his 40th yesterday, tying his career best. First pitch from Bettis. Ball 1.
Jones has changed the whole complexion of the inning. Bettis is cruising along, forces him to divide his attention. Now he's behind Cruz.
1-0 pitch. 1-1. Cruz with 40 home runs, second to Chris Davis of the Orioles. They're number 1 and number 2 in the major leagues. Then comes Arenado and Gonzalez. So we get 3 of the 4 top home run hitters in the majors in this ball game. The 1-1. Caught in between, ball and 2 strikes. Kelly grounded out the third, struck out previously.
Bettis has done a nice job on Cruz so far. He's been able to get the fastball in, and then that opens the door to the slider away.
No runs, 3 hits, an error for the Rockies. 0-3-0 for the Mariners. Couldn't get him to bite. 2-2.
This is what's made Cruz a better hitter. And you see that he swung kind of wildly over that slider because he was looking to do damage. Now he's got 2 strikes. Now he's in 2-strike mode, and he took that slider because he's looking out over the plate, thinking about trying to put the ball in play, drive the run in.
And he's done a great job hitting opposite field in this situation all year. Of course, the home run yesterday went opposite field. Fouled it off.
Just pure strength fighting that ball off. That was a miss by Bettis, but Cruz, a lot of hitters would have been gobbled up by that, but he fouls it off.
Chance to do some damage here with the boomstick at the plate. A 2-2 count. 2 men on, nobody out. Pitch inside. Count runs full. .224 with 2 strikes, but look at the home runs. 11 homers and 26 runs batted in. Something's got to give right here. Bettis is ready. 3-2 to Nelly, and still concerned about number 99 out at second base.
Beep, beep. He's thinking about him.
Ran 2 to Cruz. That'll turn this into a double play. Jones to third. Still a run scoring opportunity here for the Mariners. 2 outs. And Jones at third. Coming up tomorrow, CenturyLink, what's next? Johan Flande against Roenis Elias. Flande is a left-hander. Look forward to that matchup. Let's see if Cano can pick up this run. So breaking ball. Fouled off. Dustin Garneau better be aware, because Jones is looking to sprint home and anything that gets by him. Cano reached on an error by Arenado and flied out to left. But Jones is in that kid's mind, isn't he?
You got 2 outs. The worst thing you can do is balk. But, any distraction is a good distraction.
0-1. Ball 1 to Robinson.
Last time up, he busted Cano in. Cano almost drove the ball into the alley in left center. Now he's staying soft away with it. See if he attempts to try to come inside again.
1-1 pitch. Stayed outside. 2 balls, 1 strike.
Well, he's got room to be careful. He's got a right-hander on deck in Trumbo, so Robinson's going to have to show some good plate discipline here.
Two-one pitch. 3-1. Jones thought about it. He took a big first step and then shut it down.
Back-to-back changeups in the dirt. Here you see the block by Garneau. Keeps the ball in front of him.
They're going to put Cano on so they can pitch to Trumbo. Intentional pass. Runners at the corners. See if Mark Trumbo can deliver. He's 0 for 2 with a strikeout and a ground out tonight. Keep your eye on the bus. Follow us from a safe distance on Twitter at Sound Transit. I like that they play Iron Man.
About right, isn't it?
He hits it. It looks like it's been hit by iron. Nothing like a little Black Sabbath when you need an RBI, right?
Absolutely. Talked at length with Edgar Martinez behind the case today about Trumbo in particular, and he said that he's really tried to get Mark to make a bigger weight shift, which is allowing him to handle the ball away a little bit better. And we've seen the results, right? He's hit a lot of balls to right field. It's really opened the game up for him. And nobody's better than teaching you to hit the ball the other way than Edgar.
To which Mariano Rivera says amen. Runners at the corners, Trumbull behind 0-2. That was a pitch he flailed at his first week or two.
It was a freeway outs
right?
The first few weeks on that pitch, right? Just a freeway out there of outs. But you see, nice job. He's looking away. He's able to take that pitch. That was a good take.
Ball of 2 strikes to Mark. Struck him out. That's a heck of a pitch by Bettis. Score remains scoreless here in Seattle. Through 6, Hisashi Iwakuma has been outstanding. Bill Kruger with 6 Ks and 1 walk. It was intentional.
Yeah, this has just been surgery on these guys. High fastballs, nasty splits in the dirt. He's commanded the strike zone. He's mixed it up. A lot of fun to watch a guy who's a true artist doing what he does best. And I really think the big fastball finishing, guys, has been a real weapon for him that he wasn't able to do earlier in the season.
The thing we should add is that the Rockies are the 4th leading scorer in Major League Baseball. One Hopper Seager. One down as LeMahieu has retired quickly. This Rockies bunch, #1 in batting average in the American League. #1 in runs scored per game. #1 in runs with 629. #1 in home runs and #1 in slugging. Here's Justin Morneau. Strikeout and a ground out. Morneau showing bunt. At this point, somebody's got to be a generator for one for
they
each team.
They got the big shift on him, of course, and so they're desperate for base runners. There you see the alignment.
Seager over on the right side,
which is a nice advantage because you can move Seager over there, natural second baseman. So that it's like being home for him. As good as he is at third, he's very comfortable at second.
He played his college ball at the University of North Carolina. Same place Walt Weiss played his college ball. Manager of the Rockies. There's Kyle. And Walt, fine career down there and a fine career in the big leagues as well. The A's, Marlins, the Rockies, and Atlanta. He's in his 3rd year.
Yeah, we did spring training. He was first coming up 1987 with Oakland. on my way out of that organization. He was on his way to becoming the regular shortstop there, and of course spun a very successful long career in the big leagues.
Good player.
Yes, switch hitter, good run.
Off the fist, fouled back by Muno.
I mean, that's what you do. I mean, got that great split at the bottom of the zone, and then you just sneak the fastball in their hands. It's fun when you can hit spots like that. Split.
2-2 pitch. Oh, off the glove into center field. Base hit. 4th of the night for Colorado. 1 out, 1 on in the 7th. Sunday is Salute to Native American Day when the Mariners host the Rockies here at 110, wrapping up this series. First 10,000 fans, 21 and over. You go to take home a stylish blue and yellow Mariners cap courtesy of EQC. So visit Mariners.com today for tickets. 4th hit by the Rockies, and they truly have been scattered. Dickerson in the 1st. Dickerson a double in the 4th. Arenado a base hit in the 6th, and now Morneau. There's Ben Paulson, struck out twice. Coming on, not going to be able to get it to Seth Smith. Morneau's going to dig to 3rd and get there. Runners at the corners, 1 out. Now the Rockies threaten.
Sashi just trying to steal a strike, starts him with the 74-mile-an-hour curveball, and Paulson just kind of drops the head on it right here, down and in.
Into the back, good eye-hand coordination.
Every game you're going to be tested a couple of times. This is a big test right here for Sashi.
He passed his first test in the 4th. Leadoff double Dickerson. Intentional pass to Gonzalez. With 1 out, got out of it. With a strikeout and a ground out. Now he'd use a double play here. Garneau drives one. Trouble. Deep left field. Big trouble. It is gone off the hand-operated scoreboard. Garneau in just his 11th game hits his 2nd home run. A 3-run shot. And the Rockies break on top 3-0.
Home runs are okay when they're solo shots, but the 3-run homer is a dagger. This is a slider that doesn't do anything. We talked about him throwing a few backup sliders today, and he's been so brilliant it's hard to pick at him because they could have popped that one up just as easily, but this legit home run banks it off the out-of-town hand-operated scoreboard.
This one stroked well to the gap. Jones cuts it off. And he holds Descalso to a single. So 1, 2, 3, 4 consecutive hits now by the Rockies. And no surprise, a visit by Rick Waits, the pitching coach. Anthony Suzuki, translator, going out there.
With the game going so well, I'm sure it's mighty frustrating to give up a home run on a hanging slider, and so he's got to, regroup, get his mind focused again to get to the next hitter.
Danny Farquhar at the hurry.
Garneau, not the guy you'd be thinking about hitting a 3-run homer off you, that's for certain. Came in hitting a .133. Of course, that put up pretty good numbers in AAA.
Tell you what, he rode that thing out.
He did.
There's Charlie Blackmon, their leadoff man. He's 0 for 3. Christian Friedrich warming up for Colorado. 0-1, Charlie Blackmon. Runner goes, pitch swung on and fouled back.
Well, Rice playing a little, trying to put the game in motion right here. A guy that can really handle the bat, pretty good speed at first base.
Tell me this, he's going brilliantly through 6. Good start, gets it out here, and then boom, boom, boom. I mean, that's so deflating for a pitcher, right?
He's been stung by the big inning. They gave up 7 after shutting Oakland out. That one start a few
Jones coming on in a hurry, can't get it. A blooper. Threads coming apart here in the 7th.
Little jab shot by Charlie Blackmon. Jones not really has any chance to die for this thing, just trying to trap it, keep the runner at second base.
5 consecutive hits have chased Tsuyoshi Iwakuma. Lloyd coming to get him. So we play 1 out here in the 7th, and the Rockies, 4th highest scoring team in baseball, chased Iwakuma with a 3-0 lead. Above the logo, his 2nd home run since being called up. And that really hurts when you get an 8-hole hitting catcher hitting a .133, hits a 3-run jack to chase you. That'll lead you a sleepless night.
Well, it was a steal the strike slider for Hisashi, just trying to keep his weapons in his back pocket, and it's a shame. You're right, because beyond that he was brilliant through 6 innings. You see the number 6 1/3, the 8 hits, the 3 runs so far, just the 1 walk, the intentional walk, 6 strikeouts, 97 pitches. It was an artist at work until that hanging slider.
Danny Farquhar takes over.
It's been a rough year for Danny, but his last trip back to the big leagues, his last 2 outings have been very, very good.
5th stint with the ball club this year. He's got Corey Dickerson.
2 scoreless innings against Texas over the last series. 2 different outings.
First pitch strike. Dickerson tonight. Single to center in the 1st, double to right center in the 4th, struck out in the 6th. Towards the corner, Trumbo got some room. Reaches up to make the catch. There's 2 away. And now Danny's got to deal with Nolan Arenado. He's 1 for 3.
Sashi got him out twice with changeups or splits. Third time up, fastball in, lined it up the middle. Probably not one way to skin this cat, though. He's put up some pretty big numbers on a lot of people.
You bet. Strike 1, Arenado. National League home run and RBI leader. For 1, Arenado. 2 out, 2 on. 3-0 on a Garneau home run. Arenado, the 8th man to the plate here in the 7th inning for Colorado. Two and one. Two balls, 2 strikes.
Very nice pitch right there. Came back with the curveball. Arenado looking dead red. Cues the ball off the end of the bat. There you see the cue job. Arenado really gearing up for the cheese. Good curveball by Danny.
2-2 pitch. Blows it by him. Strikes out Arenado. Stranding 2, but the inning a good one for Colorado as they get the 3-run homer by Garneau and lead it 3-0. And we'll keep it right here for God Bless America on this remembrance of September 11th, 2001.
Ladies and gentlemen, we ask you now to
body? How about stretching your mind as you consider how a Washington's lottery win would change your bucket list? Play today. 19,876 on hand here at Safeco Field. Beautiful night for baseball. We've enjoyed some wonderful weather for the majority of this season. Dave Sims, Phil Kruger with us tonight, and Root Sports crew, and this young man Chad Bettis. What a ball game he's thrown.
Yeah, he's dominated. Only 3 hits the Mariners have been able to muster.
And that's Dustin Garneau, 3-run homer. Brandon Barnes taking over in left field for Corey Dickerson. See if the Mariners can generate some offense here. They've had 3 hits scattered through the first 6 innings. A Morrison 2-out single in the second. 3rd inning. A hustle double by James Jones. And a base hit by Jonesy in the 6th. That's it. Seth Smith leading off.
This kid's done a real good job of mixing pitches. Says he models his game after Zach Greinke. It's a pretty good guy to model the game after, don't you? He's having a pretty good year, isn't he?
Dodgers are getting crushed tonight, though, 11-0 mid-6. But yeah, Greinke's been outstanding this year. Smith strikes out. Smitty 0 for 3 tonight. And that's strikeout number 5 for Bettis. Time now for our T-Mobile Data Strong fan photo of the game. Eddie Mouth showing off. You're on the broadcast, Eddie. Got his baseball shirt on, ready to rock. Logan Morrison. Makes it ball 1. Two 2-0 to Lomo. He's got 1 of the 3 Mariner hits. Second time up, he fouled out to the second baseman LeMahieu. Two and 1. Lomo to be followed by Brad Miller.
He's been tough to pin down, throwing the ball up to 96 miles an hour, but he gets behind the count. He's not afraid to change speeds. Here comes a changeup.
3-1.
Good eye by Lomo. Good base runners, got to be a good pitch to hit. Find a zone you like. If it's in there, do some damage.
Mariners had runners at first and second in the second inning, couldn't score. Got Jonesy to second and the 3rd. Lomo with a walk. That's the 3rd walk this evening by Chad Bettis. Mariners had runners at first and second in the 6th. The double play had hurt him. It was an intentional walk and a strikeout. So that threat died, and now here's Brad Miller 0 for 2 with a couple of groundouts. Bettis in 21 games last year, 0-2 with a 9.12 ERA with Colorado. 6-5 this year. 4.95.
Talking to their pitching coach Steve Foster, it's been a complete retooling of Bettis. They actually had him on a separate program all of spring training to fix the fact that he threw so far across his body. And that's why, you know, he missed a season with a shoulder injury.
Yep.
You throw across your body. At least they had the common sense to do the right thing, and that's to fix the stride. Don't move him on the rubber. Give him a chance to be healthy and more successful.
Right in front of the third base side of the rubber and coming straight at you. 1-0. High fly ball center field for Charlie Blackmon. Two away. Playing fantasy baseball? MLB.TV serves up real-time highlights and pitch tracking info on your out-of-town fantasy players live or on demand on over 400 devices. Blackout and other restrictions apply. Get MLB.TV today. Here comes Goody. Franklin Gutierrez. Haven't seen him in a while. And when he has played, Franklin Gutierrez has been very effective. A .313 hitter with 11 home runs and 30 runs batted in 45 games. And pitching coach going out, Steve Foster. No doubt a scouting report. As Goody will bat for John Hicks.
Goody's return to the major leagues after all that time away, it's been phenomenal. I mean, best slugging percentage in the American League for the number of at-bats he's had, 641. That's doing some damage. Good power the other way. I don't remember him ever having that kind of power before to right field.
Big home run here. He had the grand slam opposite field in Detroit. He left the game in Oakland a week ago tonight. Strained right groin. It has been listed day to day ever since. 2 out and a man on. Mariners down 3-0. Mariners can run out Jesus Sucre or Stephen Barron to do the catching in the 8th. Count for Goody at 2-0.
Pitching carefully. First fastball off the plate in, then a slider off the plate away. Paint yourself into a hitter's count.
First time Bettis and Goody facing off. Close. Blackman to center fielder. A couple of steps towards right for Gutierrez. Gonzalez in right. Brandon Barnes in left. Good count here, 2-0. Got him back 2-1. It's Dustin Garneau, 3-run homer. That's the difference right now. First pitch. And he saw with a couple of men aboard, 1 out, top half of this inning. His second homer. And this is 11th game since being called up. 2-1 to Goody. Swing and a miss.
It's a good changeup behind the fastball in, well disguised. Six pitches for Bettis. He's thrown as many as 111. Back on the 1st of July against Boston, or excuse me, against Oakland.
2-2. Taken for ball 3. Full count. 2 out, man aboard. On deck, James Jones. Angels have seen the Astros get a couple on the board. It's 3-2 Angels. Top the 7th in Anaheim. Big spot right here. 2 outs. Morrison at first. He runs. Pitch. Swing and a miss. Struck him out on a terrific breaking ball. No runs, no hits, no errors, and a man left. To the 8th we go. Rockies lead at 3-0. Root Sports being brought to you by Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance. By Money Tree, proud to make a donation to Mariners Care for every Mariners win. By CenturyLink, your link to what's next. And by Jack in the Box. If the Mariners win, mention Mariners for a free Jumbo Jack with purchase tomorrow at Jack in the Box. Hope you're enjoying your Friday evening. New battery for the Mariners as we play the 8th inning. Jesus Sucre takes over behind the dish. And on the mound, the veteran left-hander Joe Beimel.
Joe back from the DL through a scoreless inning against Texas. And he just had that one stretch, Dave, where he had to take one for the team when the bullpen got real thin and he ended up pitching in situations that he didn't belong in. And that's where his ERA took a beating and his shoulder did as well. So good to see a healthy Joe Beimel back in the game.
Important batter right here, Carlos Gonzalez. Strike one. Gonzalez, number 2 in home runs, number 6 in RBIs in the National League. Cargo 0 for 3 against Joe. Shift on against Cargo with Seager on the right side. This pitch popped up left field, hanging up for Trumbo. He's there. Well, Arenado and Gonzalez, just one hit between the two of them. One out here in the 8th brings up DJ LeMahieu. Looking ahead to the Mariners' home 8th, top of the order, Jones, Seager, and Cruz will be coming up. Strike one to LeMahieu. He's 0 for 3. Ground out to short, strikeout, and a ground out to third. Beimel, third pitcher tonight, Asashi Wakuma. 6 1/3. 8 hits, 3 runs, all earned, a walk, and 6 strikeouts. Was breezing through 6 and then trouble in the 7th. Gave up a 3-run homer to Dustin Garneau. There's a 1-1. Ball 2 from Beimel. A 2-1 pitch.
For Joe, he really is a counter puncher, so he's really depending on the other guy's aggressiveness. You got a guy like Mayu, sits back, takes everything the other way. Not Joe's favorite guy to face.
3-1 count. James Jones in center field just moved from right center to left center. 3-1 pitch. High pop, shallow left field. Routine for Trumbo. 2 down. Root Sports, it's your home for Mountain West football. Don't miss tomorrow's matchup as the Eastern Michigan Eagles take on the Wyoming Cowboys at 1 p.m. Pacific. For full broadcast schedule, visit rootsports.com. The second professional radio football play-by-play gig I ever had was still at Temple University in 1990, opened at Wyoming.
Wow.
Laramie, Wyoming. Off the glove, a Beimel base hit. That's Justin Morneau with 2 hits. In terms of elevation, I'm told that only Flagstaff, Arizona is higher than Laramie, Wyoming. And that's Northern Arizona University in Flagstaff. It's off of Route 17. I'm familiar with that from being out of spring training. I always see those Northern Arizona.
Yes,
hey,
yes.
Take 17 north.
1990.
Yeah, Temple University. We had a good year that year. Then went 2-9 in '91 and 1-10 the year after that. I think we went 8-4 that first year, 7-4 that first year.
And that was your first football gig, or your first broadcasting game gig?
That was my first time I had a team of my own.
Okay.
I had filled in on Princeton once or twice, but that was the first time I had it was my team. And of course, it took till last week Temple beat Penn State, first time since, I don't know, Pearl Harbor Day, 1941. Yeah, Wyoming. I remember having
a lot of Nittany Lions in for therapy, don't you think?
In Philly, you know it. My brother was gleefully telling me that story just a couple of days ago.
Beautiful win for Temple.
They haven't beat somebody since the FDR administration.
I was just going to say.
Holy mackerel. Jeez. Two outs, a man aboard. 1-1 to Paulson. Good pitch by Joe. Paulson, 2 strikeouts. Base hit to right, and he scored in front of Garneau on the 3-run homer. Tantalizingly slow pitch there by Joe Biden.
Yeah, go slow, then go slower. And every once in a while, he'll sneak one in there about 88 that looks like 100.
Joe is a veteran of the wars, isn't he?
Absolutely. Fashioned a great career.
1-2.
There's the sneaky one right there. Just to keep you honest, 89. Looked like 100. Little show me fastball, top of the zone. You see the EQC tracer noting that. Now we would expect to see the breaking ball away here.
2-2 pitch.
Didn't quite get it there.
And that is just foul. Joe Beimel in his 13th year, started with the Pirates back in 01. Manager was Lloyd McClendon. For Joe, this is career game number 668. And with the Pittsburgh, the Dodgers, with Colorado for a couple of years in 09 and 10. Second year with the Mariners, 1 year with Minnesota, Tampa Bay, and Washington.
Left-handers never die, Dave. They just change teams.
Got it. 2-2. Bounces this one to Cano. Easy play. Beimel does his job in the 8th. Now for some runs. Top of the order. Maybe James Jones can generate something. Followed by Kyle Seager and Nelson Cruz when we get back.
On the schedule tomorrow, there's also some flag football we need to tell you about. Join Pearl Jam's Mike McCready as he and others, including our own Brad Adam, team up with the Crohn's and Colitis Foundation of America for the second annual flag football tournament that is at CenturyLink Field. They'll kick it off at 9 a.m. To purchase tickets for tomorrow's event or to donate, please visit ccfa.org. Let's send it back to Dave and Bill.
Tom, thank you so much. New pitchers, Christian Friedrich out of Evanston, Illinois, 6'4" left-hander.
There you see the numbers. This will be his 61st appearance for Friedrich. That leads the club. Your situational lefty, curveball, pretty good slider. Numbers look a little Coors Field tainted.
Yeah.
Don't you think?
Sean O'Malley's going to pinch hit for James Jones. Sean's switch hitter. There's a getting play all three outfield positions, second, third, and short.
Boy, he's been off to a great start, but I just love all the intangibles. Knows how to play the game. Bunts guys over, hits a sacrifice fly at the right time. He can run.
And he's aggressive at the plate, too. One to O'Malley. Early on, his on-base percentage .583.
Now we've seen him in left center and right, I think, and at second base. Boy, he made some nice plays in center field when he was out there. A few brief appearances we've seen him.
Said in the minors this year, did everything but play pitcher, catcher, and first base. 2-1. 3-1.
That's what I like about him so far. In fact, I've enjoyed his at-bats as well as Marte's. They're discerning. They're getting good balls to hit, whether they get hits on them or not. They're not swinging at bad pitches. They're making the pitcher work a little bit. They'll take a while.
3-1. And he's aboard. Good wheels. Let's take a look at our Columbia Bank difference in the game. Chad Battis is the starter. What a job he did tonight.
Really impressive. All 4 pitches, anytime in the count, up to 96 with the heater. Good movement. When he got the fastball counts, he used his changeup very adroitly and wasn't afraid to challenge people when he got to 2 strikes. Just a really impressive performance. The Rockies have to be thrilled with Chad Battis. But like I said, the first 3 times out of the chute after the DL, it wasn't very good, but tonight he was very good.
Seager. Big drive, right center field. Got some carry. Gone back. Gone! 2-run homer. Kyle Seager and the Mariners are right back in it at 3-2 in the 8th. 24th home run for Kyle. RBI 65 and 66.
I want to wake up Kyle Seager. Just give him some left-handed pitching to hit. Hanging slider. Comes first pitch slider up in the strike zone. Wow. Seager puts a charge into it. Number 24.
So Friedrich comes in, walk and a blast, and the Mariners are only down a run. Cruz, Cano, Trumbo, Smith still to come here in the 8th. Justin Miller's going to be the new pitcher. The Mariners are right back in it.
Safeco Field. Let's tell you what's coming your way on Mariners postgame, presented by Delta Airlines. We'll hear from the skipper Lloyd McClendon, get some clubhouse reaction as well, Bill's keys to the game, and we'll preview tomorrow's 6:10 matchup between the Rockies and the Mariners as we send it back upstairs to Dave Sims and Bill Crew.
All right, Tom, thank you. That 2 on the board. Man responsible, Kyle Seager, his 12th home run against left-hand pitching this season. Kyle came into tonight's game a .312 hitter against lefties and .252 against righties. I'm sure many of you have a script that says boomstick hits home run right here. I like the way you wrote that screenplay. Let's see if it bears out here. Justin Miller, new pitcher. He was trying. Strike one.
One of the prize young guys they have in the bullpen. You see the numbers for Justin Miller. League getting $176 to 29 strikeouts and 24 and a third. What is most notable, 7 straight strikeouts over 2 appearances for Justin Miller. Mid-90s fastball, good slider.
Antonelli 0-2. Cruz tonight. Round out the 3rd strikeout. Bounced into a double play. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Shift on for Nelly. Strike 3 called. 1 away here in the 3rd. Jerry Mills, home plate umpire. Nelly didn't like that.
And just gassed him up on the outside corner. Right on the edge. EQC Tracer says it's a strike. Nelson Cruz, his eyes suggest no.
So 1 out. Walt Weiss. He's got plenty of personnel here to match up. And he's going to do it. With Cano coming in. Coming up tomorrow, game 2 of this 3-game set. Couple of left-handers, Johan Flande against Roenis Elias. Their Century link to what's next. Our coverage begins at 5:30, 6:10 first pitch. A walk and a 2-run homer by Seager. Cruz struck out looking. And now Boone Logan takes over.
Logan's been around a long time. Numbers aren't real pretty, but again, Coors Field effect. Great slider. Been on the DL for a couple of weeks. Just got back after the 1st of September. Has just faced 1 batter, 1 outing, whom he retired. So look for the slider.
Cano, a .252 hitter with 6 home runs against lefty pitching this year. Entering tonight's game. Ball 1. A couple of days ago, he had a home run against Jake Diekman. He took the first pitch at 100, second pitch at 98. Chris Woodward was down at first. There's a man aboard, and he was talking to first baseman Mitch Moreland. And then Cano in the third pitch turns around 98 for a home run. And Moreland looks at Chris and says, "That's why he's better than all of us."
Well, that was an impressive feat.
That really was. Here's a ground ball to Paulson. Route number 2. But it was Diekman came in just. It was flamethrower.
Yes.
Walt wasn't kidding. He said he was going to start matching up in the 3rd. He's doing it here in the 8th. Jairo Diaz is going to take over. 3-2 Rockies. The equalizer as Rockies go to their pen again. Let's review, shall we? How about this guy? Dustin Garneau hitting a .33 in his 10 games since being called up. Hits a 3-run homer off of Iwakuma. Which ruined what had been a really good inning. Then here's Seager with a man aboard against Christian Friedrich, hitting a 2-run homer to make it a 1-run ball game. For Siegs, his 24th home run, RBI 65 and 66. 12th home run against lefty pitching. O'Malley had started the inning with a walk, and now Jairo Diaz takes over.
Well, this is the Rockies' big bazooka. You see the numbers up from AAA as of the 23rd of August. This kid will touch 100, and a slider to go with that.
Mark Jumbo can turn it around. Pitch outside. Trumbo, 2 strikeouts and a ground out. Ball 2.
Trumbo's been a pain to the Rockies. Look at those numbers. 1.52 RBI per game in his career.
Three 3-0. At the inning, Seth Smith on deck. We have 14 relievers on this Rockies ball club. It's a production line out there. 4-pitch walk to Trumbo, tying run aboard. Walt Weiss going to stick with Diaz here against Seth Smith. Pinch running for Trumbo is Ketel Marte. Get superior speed out there. probably, they'll no doubt put Marte at shortstop and take Brad Miller and move him out to left field.
You know, at this point for these two organizations, having the expanded roster and more players getting more looks, I mean, it's good, right? But when you think about teams that are in contention playing teams with extra players like this, you think that's right, Dave? You think they should limit the number of active players in September?
Totally, I'm on board with that. You want to carry all 40 of your guys up here, but you can only dress 25, maybe even go to 28.
Yeah, exactly. And you can change it every day. You remember last year the Mariners were in the hunt, and what did the other teams do? They loaded up on left-handed relievers, and every time Seager and Cano came up, they threw the lefty in there, and it just wasn't right.
I am totally on board that train. 1-1. Smith tonight lined out hard to left, rounded out the first and struck out. Here's a go-ahead run.
Most of his damage against right-hand pitching, which would make sense. That's what he plays against mostly.
That was to put the Mariners in front swing.
He was looking fastball, and Diaz accommodated. Fouled it straight back.
With 9 of his 10 home runs against right-handers. 2 out, man aboard, and a 1-2 pitch. Struck him out. Mariners get 2 runs on 1 hit, no errors, and leave them in. To the 9th we go. 1-run lead for the Rockies. Brad Miller from short to left. Taking over in center field, Sean O'Malley. Ketel Marte stays in the game, moves to shortstop. And the new pitcher, hard-throwing right-hander Tony Zick.
Zick showed us a great arm, 96 miles an hour, a good slider. Had an impressive debut in Oakland. Come on, a 3-2 ball game. There you see the numbers. When you only have a few innings, the numbers can get skewed pretty easily. Gave up a couple of runs in that Oakland turn where runs scored after he left the ball game. So getting a chance to pitch in a tight ball game. Lloyd McClendon trusts Tony Zick.
He's got 8, 9, and 1 coming up. Dustin Garneau, Daniel Descalso, and Charlie Blackmon. Stu Cole, third base coach, had to scoot out of the way. Garno did his damage in the 7th inning. First pitch, couple of men aboard, 1 out, 3-run homer, his 2nd of the season, counting for the Colorado runs. Got that off of Iwakuma. Since then, Farquhar, Beimel, and now Tony Zick. 0-2.
Careful with that pitch. That's the ball he hit for a home run right there. Hanging slider. Swung through it. You throw that slider, you got to bury it.
Jesus Sucre behind the plate. Here's the 0-2. Did not go.
Again, better slider right here. He buries it. Sucre not sure, they might call a swing on that, so he goes after the baseball and then checks for the possible swing.
Two balls, 2 strikes.
All of the defections on the right side of the Mariner bullpen, guys like Tony Zick, it's a great opportunity for them to create themselves a job.
Elsewhere in the American League West, Houston, a 3-2 loser at Anaheim. Angels take them out earlier. Texas beat Oakland down in Arlington 4-0. So the Rangers a 1.5 games out.
Houston crumbled a little bit on the edges. I saw that Feldman out for the year with a shoulder injury.
Yeah. 2-2 pitch. Popped up. Morrison. Out number 1. Yeah, that's a big series. Texas playing Oakland. Houston playing the Angels. Angels pick up a full game, so the Angels now 4.5 back. Here's a look at our Delta Airlines keep climbing standings. Astros up a 1.5 games. They're the Angels at 4.5. Mariners sitting at 8.
Going to get tighter before it gets any other direction. I mean, it's definitely bunching.
19 games left for the Mariners after this. They have to have Houston in here one more time. Have to go to Texas. And a home and home at the Angels. Plus a series with Kansas City. Scalzo fouls one off. He got a base hit to center in the 7th inning. He's 1 for 3. Mariners got a 2-run homer from Kyle Seager in the 8th. Make this a 1-run game. Mariners have just 2 runs on 4 hits. Rockies have 3 runs on 9 hits, committing 1 error. John Hatchford, the veteran closer.
It has been for most of the season. He's had a couple of
right up the middle. Looked like he got a piece of the glove of Zick.
He's had a couple departures. His son was bitten by a rattlesnake and has been fighting health issues from that bite. He's had to go back home a number of times.
Last I heard, he was okay.
Yeah. But again, you know, scary.
Very.
6 years old.
Bullet
hit up the middle right here.
10th hit by the Rockies. Top of the order, Charlie Blackmon. Base hit his last time up in the 7th. Base hit to center. Strike 1. This Beard is bushier than Dallas Keuchel's.
It's Ackley-like.
Before he shaved it.
Yes.
Keuchel took the loss tonight. 17-7 is his record. Pass Lomo, base hit. Scalzo to third. Runners at the corners, 1 out. Consecutive hits by the Rockies here in the ninth, and back-to-back hits for Blackmon his last 2 times up. Out of Lomo's reach. Sure would like a double play right here. You do not want to have to face Arenado and Gonzalez with people aboard.
Dickerson out of the lineup for defensive purposes. Barnes is in, so he's at the plate here. It's a break for the Mariners.
Barnes, 288 hitter. Infield double play that, but and he bunted it off the screen. Second now with Steve Cole, the third base coach. Minnesota staying in a wild card hunt. They pick up a full game on Houston. Minnesota won at Chicago 6-2. One. David Rollins heating up for the Mariners. Pitch out, nothing doing. Ball 1. There's a look at the wild card race. Delta Airlines keep climbing standings. Yankees blown out by Toronto tonight. Rangers win. Twins win. Look at the Twins right on their heels. Angels within shouting distance, and coming up hard on the outside, the Cleveland Indians. They were postponed tonight in Cleveland. Matchup against Detroit rained out. Runner goes. Swung on a miss. Sucre, no throw. Stolen base for Charlie Blackmon, his 37th. Base hit now would really be damaging. Blackmon's 37th stolen base. Billy Hamilton with 54 and D. Gordon with 50. Only 2 men ahead of him.
Mariners going to bring the infield in, try to choke this run off.
1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Big pitch by Tony Zick. 2 outs. Big sweeping breaking ball.
Good hard slider right here from Zick. Barnes can't lay off. Big strikeout.
Now you got to deal with Arenado. 1 for 4. 6th inning base hit. Single to center. Home run and RBI leader. National League. 1-1.
You have the luxury of the open base. Got a guy that's leading the world in home runs.
Right behind him is the number 2 home run hitter.
Well, that's true. You got a left-hander warming up.
Yep. Got to pitch his way out of this. 1-1.
Real nice slider off the plate by Zick.
Two outs, runners at second and third, and a 1-1 pitch. That's a big rip. 1-2.
Slider caught a little bit more of the plate. Arenado going out looking for the slider. Just fouls it off.
Sucre has had a bad month and a half in terms of getting hit by foul balls and follow-throughs. Unreal. 1-2 pitch. Fouled off.
Good pitch. Keep him honest. 97. Ran in on his hands. Still have a count in your favor. You got a pitch to play with here. Create a little bit of doubt in Arenado's mind about he has to be wary of 97 inside. Got to believe you're going to bury the slider here, though.
Mike Waits, pitching coach, probably thinking right along with Arenado. 24 years old out of Newport Beach, California. What a breakout year he's had this year. Huge pitch from Tony Zick. 1-2. Wild pitch. Here comes the runner. Sucre. The throw. Not in time, and the ball was dropped. 4-2 Colorado. Blackman advances to third as Descalso scores. That hurt.
Trying to go back inside with the fastball, and Zick just overthrew it, buried it down and away. Sucre had no chance to get this ball. And you get in these situations, you really got to go with what's working. Here you see the play at the plate. Just a tick too late.
Wild pitch makes it a 4-2 game. 2-2 pitch. Fought off. Two and two to Arenado. 2 outs, a run in, a runner at third. Able to strike out Arenado, but some damage done on a wild pitch, allowing Descalso to score. Colorado's lead now 4-2. Last ups for the Mariners with the bottom third of the order coming up. Bottom 9 here against the Rockies, first of 3. And veteran right-hander John Axford out of Simcoe, Ontario, Canada takes over.
Axford's been principally their closer. You see the 21 of 26 saves. Numbers a little skewed by Coors Field. But again, a guy with a good curveball, but has thrown the ball hard this year. Had some games where he's been clocked 100 miles an hour. So again, another power arm coming out of the Rocky bullpen.
Axford's signature year, 2011 with Milwaukee, 46 saves and a 2-2 record. Spent 5 years in Milwaukee and went to the Cardinals in 2013. And then last year with Cleveland and Pittsburgh. This is first year with Walt Weiss and the Rockies. He'll face Logan Morrison to lead things off, followed by Brad Miller, and Jesus Sucre scheduled to be the third hitter in the inning. Lomo tonight, 1 for 2 with a walk. Morrison 0 for 5 career against Axford. John's 32 years old, 6'5", 220. First pitch, 1-1. Axford played his collegiate ball at Canisius College in Buffalo and then transferred to Notre Dame. There's a strike. Many fans of Lomo. Two balls, 1 strike.
A good 12-6 curveball from Axford. Lomo showing some good patience. Axford 57 innings, 24 walks, so a guy that can walk people.
Earnest runs coming on to Kyle Seager. 2-run shot in the 8th. 2-1 to Logan. Two and two.
Seen a lot of versions of the rally cap. That's a pretty unique one.
Whatever works. Turn that fedora inside out, upside down, backwards.
Might not be a Dave Sims.
Might have been a little inspiration there. 2 and 2. One away here in the 9th.
Talking about this guy having a pretty good arm. Here's 99 at the top of the zone. It's going to be tough to get to right there. Above the hands, top of the zone. Good pitch on left-hand hitters, period.
Brings up Brad Miller. 0 for 3 tonight. Ground out to third, ground out to short, fly to center. Foul. Strike 1. Pitchers duel through 6. Rockies break through. Dustin Garneau, his 11th game since his call-up, hitting a .133, 0 for 2 tonight. Hits a 3-run homer off of Iwakuma. Kyle Seager hits his 12th home run off of lefties. 2-run shot in the 8th. And Tony Zick, wild pitches in run number 4 with 2 outs in the 9th.
Dave, should we call that the Buddy Biancalana factor?
I remember Buddy well. Wait a minute, you're gonna have to catch me up on that one.
Well, I mean, I think he had a pretty good World Series. I'm not imagining things, and certainly wasn't the guy that you were aiming at when you're thinking about the Royals, right? You're worried about George Brad,
absolutely,
all those guys, right? That's what I was kind of shooting for there. You got Arenado and Gonzalez. What are you worried about?
And Arenado tonight, 2 strikeouts, 1 hit. Cargo 0 for 3.
Funny game.
Go figure. 2-1 to Brad. Base hit through the hole. And the tying run to the plate. Good hitting. by Brad Miller. Stephen Romero is going to pinch hit for Sucre.
Clearly, you've got to get Axford down the zone. He throws a straight fastball that's pretty electric up. Here's a fastball down. Brad goes down and gets it and lines it in the hole between second and first. Nice piece of hit.
He's got a career pinch hit home run. See if he can break out another one. Veteran against the youngster. Strike one. A 1 pitch here to Romero. Take. Count even at 1-1. 4 runs, 11 hits, and 1 error for Colorado. 2 runs, 5 hits. No errors for the Mariners. Here comes the 1-1. An extra careful. 2 balls, 1 strike.
Missed a couple times with the curveball. Kind of tell yourself it's going to be a fastball. Just make sure it's down where you can handle it.
Count here for Romero. Brad Miller, good speed at first. Two and two. May not get another one that good.
Fastball, let her high.
Right there.
Or waist high, just couldn't quite get to it. 98 miles an hour. A little tidy.
Something running away, probably of a breaking ball coming up here, right?
I think you go above the hands again. Let's see what he does here.
2-2 pitch to Romero. Pinch hitting for Sucre. Strike 3. Call 2 down.
.98-mile-an-hour paintbrush down and away. Pretty tough to do anything with that pitch.
Last hope for the Mariners, Sean O'Malley. Walked in his first plate appearance in the 8th. The next batter, Seager, hit a 2-run homer. Pinch hit for James Jones, who started in center field. Jones, he had a nice game, going 2 for 3. Strikeout, a double, and a base hit. All 1, Sean. Pitch, Miller at first.
One thing that O'Malley's been able to do, he keyholes well, doesn't he?
Sure does.
Now he's got 7 walks, 16 official, 8 walks, 16 official plate appearances. Keyhole again.
2-0. Runner goes. There's a strike. Miller takes second. Indifference. Two out. O'Malley represents the tying run in this 4-2 Rockies lead. 2 outs, bottom 9 here at Safeco Field. Axford ready with the 2-1. 3 balls, 1 strike. Well, get O'Malley on, get Seager up, hit a home run, everybody goes home happy.
I think O'Malley's taking this to 3-2, or he is walking.
Yep. Here comes the 3-1 from Axford. And he's aboard. There we go. O'Malley, 2 plate appearances, 2 walks. Well, this is one of the guys you want up in a spot like this.
As he's been hot. We talked about the 12-game streak that was broken yesterday, but he came back today with the 2-run homer. Over those 14 games, he's hit 6 homers.
Against Houston.
That was big.
That was. He had gotten off to a slow start.
And so had the team.
Yeah. That was a great moment. Great speed on the base pass in Miller and O'Malley. First pitch to Seager. It's a breaking ball for a strike.
Big 12-6 hook. It's the first one he's thrown for a strike.
Seager, 253 hitter against right-hand pitching. He's got that reverse split. Good numbers against left-handers at 312 starting the day. The 0-1 from Axford. Able to hold. He did, says Paul Emmel. Count at 1-1.
Nasty curveball. Kyle just able to hold off that pitch. Nice take.
Seager 1 for 2 against John Axford. 2 outs, game on the line. Many of the 19,876 on their feet. 1-1 pitch from Axford. Off speed pitch, drops in another breaking ball for a strike. 1-2. 3 in a row. Axford struck out Morrison to let off the inning. Base hit Miller on a 2-1 pitch. Romero struck out on a 2-2 pitch. O'Malley worked a walk. Now 1-2 here to Seager. Axford ready. Pitch to Kyle. Boy, he had a good pass at that, didn't he?
That was a good high fastball hitter. After 3 curveballs in a row, he tests the top of the zone, and Kyle puts a big swing on that pitch. Just missed it.
Happened a couple of days ago where he got a pitch he just missed on Wednesday. Next pitch, he hit it out. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Breaking ball. He did not go. Garneau wanted it badly. Count goes to 2-2.
The EQC Tracer says that's a strike, but the curveball, one of the toughest pitches to call by an umpire. There you see that 12-6 rotation.
Got to take advantage of the break. Jerry Mills, home plate umpire. Outfield, straight away and deep. Fingers, toes, everything crossed. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 2 on. The pitch from Axford. Breaking ball hit foul.
Doesn't seem too keen on throwing Kyle Seager too many more fastballs.
Yeah.
Got to get that picture in your head.
Seager with 2 flyouts to left, a walk and a 2-run homer tonight. He is the winning run at the plate in this 4-2 Colorado 9th inning lead. Fans chanting his name, Kyle Seager. 2 balls, 2 strikes. The 2-out pitch. Up high, ball 3. Nelson Cruz on deck. He didn't want to mess with the fastball. He's coming back with a breaking ball here.
You want a piece of the guy on deck?
Thinking about it a lot too, isn't he?
Yes, he is. Little rosin, thinking through a little bit. I mean, his touch on his curveball has been good. He's been able to throw it for a strike, so it's reasonable to think he could throw it here. Curveball's generally a 50-50 pitch. Not a pitch that's really a high strike percentage pitch.
He's trying to convince himself and be convicted of whatever it is he wants to throw. 3-2 pitch, game on the line. Here it is. Swung on it, fouled into the glove of Garneau, and the game is over. What a tough break. 4-2 final. That was a tremendous battle. John Axford and Kyle Seager.
3-2, came back with the big curveball.
Oh, that's a tough one.
An epic battle right there. A hot hitter. And Kyle tipped it, but great job by Giroux to hang on to it.
Oh, man, that's tough. 3 hours and 11 minutes, 19,876 in attendance. Rockies win this first game of the 3-game series. Mariners postgame presented by Delta Airlines starts right now with Angie Menting.
So much. John Axford in to close.